Hello, good evening. My name's Amanda Seaton, and I am going to discuss my ecomap on both Audrey and Howard and talk a little bit about the needs assessment and the resources that I found for each of them. So let's start with Audrey. Here's her ecomap, and I have a key showing the relationship lines. We have the blue, which is the micro, MICRO, and then the green, which is the meso, and then, of course, the orange, which is the macro. And I also did a little outline here, kind of telling what's all in my circles and the relationships with each. And then going down to the needs assessment and referrals. Audrey, it tells us kind of what happened with her. So we know that she did get married and has a good job now, but she's going to need to keep that support. She's going to have to build some support systems and get a good community around her that understands what it's like to be in recovery. Um, I identified a couple here, like peer support and continued sobriety, of course, NA. And then I did a faith-based recovery or celebrate recovery, excuse me. And then Goodwill, they offer a lot of good employment opportunities. And although she didn't really have a need for it, and it didn't really talk much about her background, but they do offer good things with cleaning up backgrounds. They help you get a bank account established. It's just a good resource. And then, like with her brother in law, um, he has some enabling behaviors. Her sisters, she's going to have to work on that relationship with her sisters. And of course, her parents, especially her dad, they're probably going to need some family therapy. I put Al Anon down there and then a family counseling center. Now let's switch over to Howard. I'm trying to go through this as quick as I can. So Howard's eco map is is pretty much the same. He does have a lot more things that interest him, activities, things that he likes to do, which is good. He can get out of his head, but he also needs that support around him, that recovery community. I put some things like Recovery Cafe and Voices of Hope. And, maybe that can lead him into some good relationships where he can build and have somebody to share some things with. That's very important. Also, skipping around a little bit here, I also did an outline with his eco map and also the key. And then there's the needs assessment that we were just talking about, the voices of hope. And I also put a detox and a sober living on there as well, because, along the way, this is something that they would need. We kind of know the whole story here on intervention, but if we didn't, these would be the first steps where we would refer them. His girlfriend Veronica, they might need some relationship counseling. She would probably do good to go to Al-Anon. And then there I put a family counseling Al-Anon, and then his family, maybe his parents, they might want to do Al-Anon to understand why his addiction, the reason for his addiction. It might help them understand. It might help educate them a little better. Thank you so much for listening. I'm trying not to go over time. I'm really enjoying the semester. It's a lot, but I am learning so much. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.